The journey to electrification is a top priority for fleets across the public sector. Let's consider how an operational fleet operating away from urban infrastructure and conveniences tackled this challenge head on. The Brecon Beacons are the largest of the three national parks in Wales, covering 520 square miles of rural and wilderness areas. From mountains to moorlands, standing stones and castles, there is huge variety across the expanse of Wales. The park has twin purposes of conserving wildlife and habitats and providing for everyone's enjoyment. The National Park is very proud of its long-standing green credentials, winning the inaugural Green Destination Gold Star Award presented by Green Tourism. So, of course, as you would expect, their award-winning fleet manager Kevin Booker wanted their fleet to contribute to their environmental targets. The National Park have a fleet of 25 operational vehicles, including 10 pickups and the remaining being small vans. The vehicles are acquired through contract hire leases, including maintenance, and for a period of 4 years, which is in line with most of the manufacturer's warranty periods. As you can imagine, the fleet is used for fairly heavy work, covering the vast area within the national park boundaries, with challenging terrain and significant distances and travel time from base out to sites. In addition to the 25 vehicles described earlier, the National Park also make use of a handful of tractors for grounds maintenance, accessing farm tracks and heading off-road. There is the ambition to turn these to zero-emitting vehicles too, so a watching brief is being taken on the industry developments in this space. Considered within the decision-making process and vehicle appraisal for the National Park is its overall efficiency, as measured through miles per gallon and under the new WLTP regime for real-world driving. Over the past few years, it's been the case that the lower polluting operational vehicles have achieved their miles per gallon and CO2 combination through using AdBlue, and this is seen a lot throughout the National Park fleet. What has also been important for Fleet Manager Kevin is consideration of where the ultra-low vehicle is within its product cycle. We can clearly see the huge developments in specification and performance from the vehicles now coming to the market compared to a few years ago. One example is the new Peugeot e-Expert introduced to the market in July 2020. Kevin opted for this vehicle as it provides more passenger and cargo space than others, and not to mention the 75 kilowatt hour battery enabling a realistic 200 miles on a single charge. For the pickups, there hasn't yet been the viable option to move to completely zero emission, but Kevin operates with some pretty efficient Hilux and Outlander plug-in electric petrol hybrids. What has also supported the National Park's transition over to electric vehicles has been the structure of the CCS agreements and the terms negotiated. To name a few, these include the strong discounts we've negotiated with manufacturers averaging at 10.8% better than other large fleet buyers, along with the terms agreed with the market for vehicle lease, which gain access to value for money rates. In terms of their infrastructure, the publicly available network hasn't really been an option for the National Park due to the limited maturity of this within the region. Therefore, infrastructure has been based around National Park premises and comprises 17 chargers. It was important to Kevin that access to charging was quick and easy for his staff to avoid missed charging opportunities and being unable to perform duties as a result. There are currently 8 chargers in their headquarters based for this purpose, and the remainder have been made publicly available for visitors and staff. On the horizon is the next challenge, as the fleet are already drawing down maximum power from the supply to sites. This means that further expansion would require liaison with the DNO and further investment. This obviously can't be understated and needs to be factored in when anyone is defining their strategy for charging infrastructure. But we really can celebrate success here. Despite being rural and travelling many park miles for their fleet operations, Kevin has made what he's done look easy. This has been a journey some time in the making, seeing the products and services for vehicles and infrastructure develop over the same period of time. As it stands today, the overall whole fleet CO2 is 99 grams per kilometre, and if we took out the calculation, those few pickups within the pooled fleet for which there is currently no pure electric alternative, the figure is an incredible 13 grams per kilometre of CO2. What's more, Kevin has seen a 70% cost reduction in the transition to ultra-low, which is great to see. And don't forget, CCS are here to help. We are an executive agency of the Cabinet Office operating as a trading fund. Our purpose is to help the whole of the public sector source their common goods and services while providing the best value for money. We harness our bulk buying power and policy insight to ensure we deliver fit-for-purpose solutions for our customers. Our fleet agreements can help you on your journey to electrification. Our agreements are accessed by more than 18,000 customer organisations, and we work with more than 8,000 suppliers. The fleet alone spend through our agreement with £1 billion, with around 75% of this within the wider public sector. If we looked at all the vehicles acquired through our fleet agreements, we'd have a fleet size of more than 125,000 vehicles on the road. Within CCS, we take a solutions-based approach. With our agreements, we ensure that the full range of vehicles are available within a changing market. This encompasses all brands and all fuel trains, as well as funding models such as outright purchase, contract hire and rental options. Complementing the vehicles are a range of ancillary products and services, from fleet management and tyre supply to fuel cards and vehicle telematics. CCS also have technology solutions to support transport and traffic planning, as well as travel management solutions. Thanks for your time today. The CCS fleet team would be happy to speak with you to support you in your fleet transition to electric. So however you make a start, just make a start today.